Your Honor.
Good morning. This is August 21st, 2024. This is the criminal criminal and traffic bench trial calendar versus the traffic bench trial calendar on August 21st, 2024, 10 a.m., courtroom 304. I'm Judge Tammy Long Hayward. I'm going to call the calendar. Please respond if you're here for your case, and then we'll determine whether you're going to go forward with a trial and what we need to do from that point. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, if your name does not appear on the screen, your first and last name, please fix it. If you touch or move the cursor next to your designation on the screen, then there's should be a blue box that comes up with three white dots. Click on that. Go down to the rename function, rename. And once you get to rename, go ahead and write your first and last name in the box and hit save so that we'll be able to help you. It doesn't help me to know that you have a Galaxy Note 8. It helps me to know what your name is. All right. So please take care of that for me. All right. Melinda Gaskins. Melinda Gaskins. Is there a Melinda Gaskins in the courtroom? Okay.
Yeah, the state requested failure to appear.
Failure to appear will be granted. Melinda Gaskins has two citations. Jeffrey Glover. Jeffrey Glover. All right, I see him standing up in the courtroom and waving. Mr. Glover, come to the computer in the courtroom. Talk to me. Mr. Glover, you're before the court for improper turn or improper signal, and then failure to yield the right of way. Also, driver's vision impaired, and improper lane change. Are you going forward with a trial today, sir?
Yeah, I'm guilty.
I'm sorry?
Yeah.
Okay. If you wish to speak with the state, they may have an offer that you wish to, because you do have 1, 2, 3, 4 offenses. If you wish to speak with the state, they may have an offer that you wish to accept for a plea. Otherwise, we'll go forward with your trial in a moment.
All right.
All right. Trial or all right, talk to the state.
Talk to the state.
Okay. All right. Just have a seat. They're either going to come see you or we'll set up a breakout room. Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you. All right. Nicholas Brandon Hooton. Nicholas Brandon Hooton.
Yes.
All right. So, Mr. Hooton, you're before the court on following too close with an accident. Did you wish to speak with the state about your case and see if you all can come up with a plea resolution, or did you wish to go forward with a trial?
I guess I can speak to the state.
All right. In a moment, is the state prepared to go forward?
If we could hold for the officer, I do know we have contact with him. I think just making sure he's on this morning.
All right, but you do have contact with him.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. All right. So I'll set up a breakout room. Ricardo Bernard Jordan. Ricardo?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Mr. Jordan, you're before the court for defective equipment, too fast for conditions, improper lane change. What is the state's position on trial?
Your Honor, I've just been informed by our investigator that Officer McCullough is at a autopsy. And so he's not going to be able to jump in.
For whose case?
For Ricardo Jordan.
All right, so y'all know Prosson?
Well, yeah, the state would first ask for a one-time continuance, given the officer's unavailability is still part of his duties.
He's a detective?
I'm sorry, my investigator came in while you were talking, so I just got that little bit. I could get more information, but that was the first piece I got just now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just not sure why a line officer would need to attend an autopsy. All right, Mr. Jordan, the continuance is work related. I can honor that continuance and bring y'all back for another calendar, unless you want to speak with the state and see if there's something that y'all can work out. It's up to you.
We can go with the continuance. I have no
Okay.
problem with that.
All right, so we'll send you notice and you'll be back on video again. All right.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. You're free to go at this time.
Your Honor,
Yes, sir.
I was subpoenaed to be a witness in that case versus Ricardo Jordan.
Okay. All right. So
I was a victim, and I was one of the people he hit.
all
and
right.
he lost control. So what do I do?
Hold on. Ms. Janvier, are you releasing your witnesses on the Jordan case?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So, sir, the victim witness advocates will be in touch with you when we reschedule the case. Okay. You'll still be able to come through on video.
So get with Miss
Ms. Hemphill?
Miss Hempfield.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
You guys
Thank
have
you.
a blessed day.
You too, sir.
Thank you.
Robert Andre McDonough. Robert.
I am here.
Okay. Where are you? Video. Okay. All right, Mr. McDonough, may I see you? So is the state ready on McDonough?
No, Your Honor, the officer is on sick leave from August the 19th through the 30th. And I apologize, Your Honor, but I don't have any way to confirm that someone attempts to reach out to Mr. McDonough prior to today.
All right. Mr. McDonough, the state is requesting a continuance for leave of the officer, a leave that has been filed. Did you wish to speak with them or did you wish to just go with the continuance?
I can go with the continuance. Sorry, I'm not sure how to get my video working for
Okay.
you.
Generally, when you move the cursor next to your name, there's a box with 3 dots that come up. And if you click on those 3 dots, it'll ask you it'll help you start video. It'll also help you rename. It does a bunch of things. But if you can't do it that way.
It says something about safe driving mode.
Are you in a car? Hello? Okay, he's muted. Mr. McDonough, you're muted. So we're going to go ahead and
Sorry,
yeah, if you're in a car,
Sorry.
it's probably not going to let you show video. So go ahead. We're going to go ahead and grant the continuance and we'll send you notice of the next court hearing. Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
DeMarche Pendleton. DeMarche Pendleton. Last call for Pendleton, DeMarche. All right.
State request FTA.
All right. FTA will be granted. Travion Tyrese Phillips. Travion. I'm sorry.
Courtroom for that
case that you just called. Okay, hold on. Pendleton is here. Is the state ready on Pendleton?
Anton Lopez. Okay, so Your Honor, the state would move to no press.
All right, Ms. Pendleton, your case is going to be dismissed. You're free to go at this time. Thank you. Please be safe out there. All right, Travion Phillips. All right, Mr. Phillips, come on up. Mr. Phillips is before the court for a traffic violation. Is the state ready?
The state is ready, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Phillips, you can go forward with the trial, or you can speak with the state to see if there's a plea agreement that y'all might reach. Which one did you wish to do, sir?
I'll speak to the state. to see if
Okay.
they agree or something.
They're gonna, she's gonna either come in there and talk to you, or I'm gonna set up a breakout room. So just hold on for a moment, okay?
So,
Thank you. DeMarcus Fabian Polk.
Here.
All right, Mr. Polk is present. Is the state ready?
State is ready, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Polk, the state is ready for trial, or do you wish to go on, do you wish to have a trial, or do you wish to talk with the state first to see if there's a plea agreement that you all can reach?
I really talk to the state first.
Okay,
My decision.
all right, so they'll come down, or we'll set up a breakout room in a moment, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Sebastian Renard Tate. Sebastian Renard Tate.
Yes, ma'am. I'm here.
All right, Mr. Tate, you have a highway violation. Is the state ready on Tate?
No, the officer is in training, but the state will move to North Carolina.
All right, Mr. Tate, your case is gonna be no cost. You're free to go at this time, sir.
Okay, thank you.
All right, please be safe. Janelle Thompson. Janelle Thompson. All right, I see a Thompson on the screen.
I'm here.
Okay. All right, so Janelle Thompson is before the court for a traffic violation. Miss Janvier, are you all ready on that case?
Officer Harris. I think I said state's ready. Your Honor.
Okay, ma'am, did you wish to speak to the state about your case and possibly have a plea agreement, or did you wish to go forward with trial?
Let's speak to the state.
All right. All right, so Ms. Janvier, you have some on video, some in the courtroom. Did you want to address the courtroom first? Or video first?
Yes, Your Honor, if I could just be in the breakout.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen in the courtroom, I'm gonna put a breakout room up. You'll come up.
Actually, I'm sorry, Your Honor. Before that, may I just have a breakout with Officer Clevenger, Harris, Officer Milligan, and Richards briefly, Your Honor?
Richards, Milligan, and Clevenger.
Clevenger, Harris, Milligan, and Richards.
Okay, 1 second. All right, I'll put you in breakout room number 2 with those officers. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll hold until the state is back from the breakout room, and then we'll move forward with the breakout rooms with each of you. Thank you.
Okay, Your Honor, I am back and I'm ready for the court breakout.
Okay, no problem. Ladies and
you.
gentlemen, I'll put you in the courtroom, with Miss. Hello? Miss John VA?
Yes, Your Honor.
Something happened. I can't find me. Hold on. There we go. Okay. All right, I'm gonna put the courtroom in breakout room number 3 and Miss John VA in breakout room number 3. All righty.
Your Honor, I'm back, and may I just make the announcements before we go to, so that I can let some people go, before I go to the people on Zoom?
Yes.
Okay.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name, sir?
Yusuf Karimi?
Hold on. Go ahead, Mr. Janvier.
Yes, Your Honor. So for Mr. Glover, the state is moving to null pros, all of those.
Okay.
Mhm.
Mr. Glover, you're free to go at this time, sir. Be safe, please.
For Mr. Travion Phillips, the state has a negotiated plea.
All right.
And the same is for Mr. Pope.
Okay.
And so I believe the other two are on Zoom.
All right. All right. So I'll put you next in a breakout room with Mr. Fulton.
Yes.
1 second, sir. All right, so Mr. Houghton is in breakout room number 3. And when you're finished, I'll put you in the breakout room with the other gentleman.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, just hold on for a moment and we'll be moving forward in a few minutes.
Bye. No, bye.
Your Honor,
Yes, ma'am.
the state is moving to no cross Mr. Hooten's case, and then I'm ready for.
All right, Mr. Hooton, your case has been no problem, sir. You're free to go at this time.
And I think my last one is Thompson.
All right, Ms. Janelle Thompson, hold on, I'm gonna put you in breakout room number 3. All right, can y'all tell me, Mr. Hooton? How grateful I am to both of you.
Did I hit the right button?
Yes, Mr. Hooton, you're free to go at
Yeah.
this time. Thank you, sir.
All right. I'm free to go at this time.
Yes, sir, she announced a no pros in your case.
All right. So I'm waiting for another thing coming in the mail.
Okay, yeah, but
Yeah,
you have a no pros right now.
all right.
All right. No, sir, you're not waiting for a continuance. Your case has been dismissed.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right.
All right. And so, Your Honor, I am ready on Thompson. I think that ends up being our only one for today, if I'm not mistaken. For 10.
All right, Thompson's the only trial.
I think so, Your Honor.
All
Yeah.
right. All right, so,
I think we just have the plea for Phillips and Pope.
Mr. Phillips, come on up. Come up to the computer. Mr. Phillips, come on up to the computer. What's the agreement, Ms. Jean-Pierre?
He's gonna plead guilty and it'll be a $100 fine.
All right, sir, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes.
All right, you can put your hand down. You're before the court on State of Georgia versus Travion Therese Phillips, 2023 TK 04465. You're entering a plea of guilty. By doing so, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself or present any testimony or evidence against yourself. And Mr. Phillips, if you're not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things, sir?
Yes.
Factual basis, please.
Yes, Your Honor. On March 16th of 2023, while an officer was on duty of Anvil Block Road and Lunsford Drive, where the incident occurred in Clayton County, the officer observed a motor vehicle being operated by the defendant, Mr. Phillips, violated traffic control device. That includes the facts, Your Honor.
All right, sir. Sir, you've entered a plea of guilty. Your fine is $100. It'll be $151.50 with the surcharges. Did you wish to pay that today or have additional time?
Can I have additional time?
Sure, I'll give you 60 days in which to pay. What I'm going to ask you to do is to go down to the second floor. When you come back through the double doors, you'll go to your left and you'll go to the traffic window. When you get there, they're going to give you your paperwork. They'll also talk to you about how to pay online or by phone if you choose to do that. And they'll give you the paperwork that shows the exact date by which you should pay. Please do not miss your deadline, because if you do, an arrest warrant could issue, okay?
Yes.
All right, so from here, just go down to the second floor to the traffic court window. And then when you are finished picking up your paperwork, you're free to go. Just make sure you pay by the deadline.
Thank you.
All right, take care, sir. Be safe.
And Officer Clevenger, if you have nothing else for today, you're free to go. Thank you.
DeMarcus Pope.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. DeMarcus Pope.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Pope, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes.
All right, you can put your hand down. Mr. Polk, you're before the court on State of Georgia versus DeMarcus Fabian Polk, 2023 TK 04829. Ms. Janvier, what is the agreement between you and Mr. Polk?
The state is reducing the speed to 63 in the 45 and a $100 fine.
All right, for a guilty plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so Mr. Polk, the state is reducing the speed to assist you with the Department of Driver Services. The fine will be $100. It'll be $151.50 with the surcharges, and I can give you up to 60 days to pay. By entering this plea of guilty, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself or present any testimony or evidence against yourself. And if you're not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Factual basis, please.
Yes, Your Honor. On March 22nd of 2023, while an officer was on duty of Highway 85 and Rock Hill Drive, where the incident occurred in Clayton County, the officer observed a motor vehicle being operated by the defendant, Mr. Pope, traveling at a speed of 69 miles per hour in a 45 mile per hour zone. Traffic stop was initiated and contact was made. Now that concludes the facts.
All right, Mr. Polk, I'm going to need you to go downstairs to the second floor. When you come back through the double doors into the hallway, go to your left. You'll go to the traffic window. You'll pick up your paperwork. Sir, did you wish to pay today $151.50, or did you need the additional time?
I need additional time. I'll pay tomorrow.
All right, so I'll give you the 60 days. Go downstairs. Don't leave the building without getting your paperwork, and make sure you pay before the deadline, okay?
Okay.
All right, and slow down, sir.
Oh, I have one question.
Yes,
Because when this happened, I had my Class C license.
you got a CDL now?
Yeah, I have CDL now.
Well, why are you asking the question after this takes place?
I asked.
Well, we can't tell you what'll happen to your CDL. We don't know. So you might want to, I mean, if do you want to ask somebody who might know better than we do? Because we don't know what's going to happen.
No, I'll make a couple phone calls. But
Huh?
so it really gonna affect me if it only affect me if it's over 15 miles per hour.
Okay.
So I guess I'm pretty clear.
All right, that's between you and whoever you drive for, sir. All right, so when you go downstairs, they'll give you your paperwork. Just please make sure you make the payment before the 60th day.
Okay.
All right, so we have a trial, Janelle Thompson. Miss Thompson.
Yes.
All right, I have to see you. All right. Ms. Thompson, you're before the court on 2023 TK 20761 for traffic violation, State versus Janelle Thompson. Ms. Thompson, is it you've decided to represent yourself in this matter?
Yes.
Okay. And you are over the age of 21?
Yes.
All right. The state is being represented by Assistant Attorney General, Assistant Solicitor General, Sawana Janvier. Ms. Janvier is going to present the case on behalf of the state. You have the right to remain silent. You do not have to give any evidence or testimony against yourself. If you choose to testify, you may do so at a later time. You're entitled to ask questions of any of the witnesses brought by the state, but questions only. Don't make any statements. Don't try and correct what they've said. Just ask questions. Also, it is the state's burden to prove the case against you so that you don't have to present any evidence or testimony. And if you do not wish to give any testimony or evidence, the court will make its decision only on what the state has presented. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. All right. Ms. Janvier, present your first witness, please.
Yes, Your Honor. The state would like to call Officer Harris.
I am present. All right, Officer Harris, I have to see you. Oh, there you are. Officer Harris, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true. Yes. All right. Your witness, Ms. Janvier.
Good morning. Officer Harris, are you currently employed?
Yes, I am with the Clayton County Police Department.
How long have you been with Clayton County Police Department?
4.5 years.
And what is your role with the police department?
Right now I'm in the Community Affairs Division.
And what role did you have prior to this one?
Uniform patrol police officer.
What are some of your duties as uniform patrol?
Answering 911 calls, patrolling the roads, basically answering 911 calls.
Are you ever called to vehicle collisions?
Yes.
Are you post certified?
Yes, I am.
And were you post certified on December the 10th of 2023?
I was.
And do you recall being dispatched to Terra Boulevard and Battle Creek Road on December the 10th of 2023?
Yes.
And what county is that located in?
Clayton County.
And I'm sorry, Officer Harris, could you please state your full name?
It's Tustashi Harris.
And do you recall the reason that you were dispatched to that particular location?
A vehicle accident.
Okay. And can you tell me what, if anything, that you do when you arrive on the scene to those particular calls?
I speak to both parties first to see if there's any, and then I go with to see if there's any witnesses, and then I get both sides of the story from the parties on scene that were involved, and then I make a decision based off of like how the accident scene looks, the statements, and then witnesses.
Do you also look for if there is any vehicle damage or where the cars are placed if they've been moved?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
And do you recall if you did that in this particular incident?
Yes, ma'am, I do in every accident.
Did you have an occasion to speak with Janelle Thompson?
Yes, I did.
And do you recall, let me back up just one moment. When you arrived on scene to this particular location, do you recall if the vehicles had moved or if they were in the same place as the collision?
I cannot recall at this time.
Okay. Right. And you said that you spoke with Miss Janelle Thompson. Why did you speak with Janelle Thompson?
Because she was a driver.
Okay. And what, if anything, do you recall from your communication with Miss Thompson?
Basically, she stated that she had been traveling north on Terra Boulevard, approaching Battle Creek Road. The light was turning yellow, and she stated that she had been at least 100 feet from the intersection and that it was too late for her to stop, so she went through the light.
And do you recall if you observed any damage to the vehicle that Miss Thompson was driving?
Yes. It was rear side of the driver's side of the vehicle on the rear side was damaged.
And what, if anything, did you learn from, I'm sorry, did you have an opportunity to speak with the other vehicle involved in the collision?
Yes, I did.
And what, if anything, did you learn from that communication?
Driver 2 stated that they had been at the intersection of Terra Boulevard and Battle Creek going south. And as he was making a left onto Battle Creek, he was sideswiped by driver number 1, Miss Thompson.
And did you observe any damage to either of those vehicles?
Unit number 2 had, let's see, no damage. No damages to his to the driver number 2 vehicle.
Okay. And did you know any damage to driver 1's vehicle?
Yes.
Okay. Where was that damage, if you recall?
Her damage was on the rear driver side of the vehicle.
And after speaking with both Ms. Thompson and the other driver, did you do anything else?
I spoke to a witness.
Okay. And what, if anything, did you learn from that witness?
The witness stated that she had been stopped at Battle Creek Road traffic light facing west when she noticed Miss Thompson drive through the intersection without stopping.
Okay.
And that witness also provided a statement.
Okay. And after speaking with both drivers and an additional witness, did you do anything else?
Not really. I tried to go look at the cameras at the Chevron gas station, but the cameras weren't working at that time. And so I just made my decision based off of all 3 statements from the witnesses and both drivers involved.
And what was the determination that you made?
That the cause of the accident was from her running the stop sign. I mean, not the stop sign, the red light.
Did the other witness advise you that they were able to see the light, what color the light was as Ms. Thompson drove through it?
I can't. Oh, let me see. Um, I have the statement. The witness stated that she was turning out of the U-Haul onto Terra Boulevard, light turned red, and a gray Toyota ran the light. The white truck tried to avoid, but was not successful. Minor damage. The guy didn't seem shaken. That's what the witness statement says.
Okay. Do you recall if you saw the person that you issued the citation on the Zoom here today?
I can't
Ms.
see.
Thompson, you got to keep your camera on, ma'am.
Let's see anybody.
I'm back.
Okay. Let me see. I can't see her face. Oh,
Are you
yeah.
able to identify her by an article of clothing?
Black t-shirt, with some type of head wrap or head scarf on.
All right, thank you. No additional questions, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Thompson, do you have any questions for Officer Harris?
No.
Okay. All right. Does the state have any other witnesses to present at this time?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Officer Harris, thank you. Ms. Thompson, the state has rested its case. Do you wish to present evidence or testimony at this time?
The only thing I'll say is
Hold on. That's not what I asked you. So do you wish to present evidence or testimony at this time?
Yes.
Okay, you realize, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes.
All right, ma'am, can you lift the thing up so I can see your face? I'm just looking at your shirt. All right, so you understand that you have a Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination and nobody can make you testify or promise you anything to get you to testify. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right, and so if you testify, it means that you're giving up the right to remain silent. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right, and do you wish to testify in this case?
Yes.
Okay. All right, ma'am, tell me what you want me to know.
While traveling North Ontario Boulevard, while approaching the intersection, so kind of piggyback off what Officer Harris said in her statement, my light was turning yellow and the second driver had a blinking yellow to turn left on Battle Creek.
How do you know the second driver had a blinking yellow?
Because I patrolled on that street while working at the department, Battle Creek. So that light, and I seen him pull into the intersection, and I alerted him by beeping my horn because my light was turning. He had a blinking yellow. He was supposed to yield to me because I saw the right of way, and it was the weather. It was storming that day. So if I would have slammed on my brakes, I would have had caused a big pile up, and I was already at the point of no return at that intersection.
Okay, so when you were coming to the intersection, so that's the intersection where that McDonald's is?
No, it's further down. Battle Creek, it's right, I think it's a Chevron gas station.
U-Haul. Yeah, okay, where the U-Haul is. All right, so as you're passing that and you're approaching the intersection, what color was the light?
Mine's was yellow.
Okay, and you couldn't stop at that point?
No, because I was already at the point of no return from that intersection. Based on the weather, because it was storming that day, I would have probably spinned out just with the heavy rain and stopping so suddenly when the light was turning. But I saw the other driver and I alerted him by beeping my horn and he still made the turn, but he was already halfway in the intersection trying to make that left.
Okay, when you saw the other driver, generally when there's a left signal, unless it's full green, you have to stop before you make the left. Was that driver stopped or were they moving when you saw them?
He was slowly, like when a car is making that left, like trying to wait for traffic to die down and make that left, he was just slowly creeping through the intersection and I beeped my horn.
All right. Miss Janvier, did you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Miss Thompson, did you have anything else to present?
That's all.
All right. All right, Miss John VA, argument.
Your Honor, the state would submit on the evidence presented today.
All right, so at this time, Ms. Thompson, the court is going to find you guilty of the offense. Based on the evidence presented, the responsibility of the driver who has, even if you had the right of way, you have to be careful going into the intersection. The yellow light is a caution light, and if you were going so fast that you couldn't stop or slow down before entering the intersection, then that means that you weren't using care before you entered the intersection. And so at this time, the court is going to find you guilty of the offense of traffic violation.
Okay.
All right. Did the state have a recommendation for a fine?
$150, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Thompson, I'll give you a fine of $100. It'll be $150 with the surcharges. I'll give you 60 days in which to pay. All right. And all I need from you is your email address so we can send that to you by email. If you will, do you know how to use the chat function?
Yes.
All right. If you chat your email address to Amanda, Amanda, Wright, Ryte. If you go to the chat function, go to everyone, pull down her name from the menu by clicking on everyone in the blue box, then you should be able to send that to her. Once you sent that to her, she'll send you back your information, your sentencing sheet, and information about how to pay online or by phone if you choose to do that. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right, be safe. Thank you. All right, this concludes the 10 a.m. calendar. We're moving to the 11 a.m. calendar.
Your Honor, before you call the 11 a.m.,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
was covering 10, and I believe ASG Andrews will be continuing with the rest of the calendars.
Oh, y'all just bouncing me all around. I mean, I just, where's the love? I'm just saying. Not that I mind either one of y'all, but I can't get one person, just my one. All right. That's all. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right, may I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, ma'am. All right, so
Good
this
day.
is Clayton County State Court traffic bench trial calendar for August 21st of 2024. This is the 11 a.m. calendar. I'm gonna call the cases and make a determination about whether you're going to go forward with the trial, whether you wish to speak with the state, whether the state is prepared for trial, as we call the calendar. First name on the calendar is Tesfayun Balso. Tesfayun Balso. All right, are they in the courtroom? Come on up to if I call your name and you're in the courtroom, come on up to the computer so we can talk about your case.
Yeah, come to the computer right here.
Yes, I'm an interpreter for Tesfahun.
All right. Is Tesfayun Balso in the courtroom?
Not in the courtroom, maybe in the Zoom.
Oh, good morning, Your Honor. Good morning, Miss Andrews. Did you want a sound for her or him? Could you just speak that
If he's in the courtroom?
yeah, could you just go ahead and sound for
courtroom? Tesfahun? No, I don't think so.
all right, and they may be on the video screen. If you would speak into the computer screen and ask for them in your language. Is it Eritrean or what?
Ethiopian. Amharic. It's in Ethiopian.
Amharic?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So if you would ask in Amharic and see if they're on video.
Okay. Tesfahun is the video Allah. Tesfahun. Tesfahun Tuku. Video line.
No response?
No response, Your Honor.
All right, at this time, the court is gonna grant an FTA on, for improper lane change for Balso Tesfahoden. All right, thank you, ma'am. Is there anything I need to sign or do for you?
No, ma'am. If I'm excused, I can leave.
Yes, ma'am, but thank you. Hope to see you again.
Thank you, and have a good day.
Judge, who
Yes.
I thought that she was interpreting for, maybe I had two interpreters.
No, she,
Karimi.
who's Karimi? No, she was here for Balso, I think.
Okay.
Is
We have
Karimi
another interpreter.
for Eritrean?
The same. I'm still here for both Eritrean and Ethiopian. So if anybody.
Oh, okay, so you're here for both, the Eritrean and the, Amharic.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Is there
Yes,
some,
okay.
can you ask if, there's someone who needs you who speaks Amharic?
እዚህ ዙም ላይ የሆነ አማርኛ ወይ ትግርኛ ተርጓሚ የሚፈልግ አለ?
Okay, so that's Mr. Karimi. One second. All right, ma'am, if
No,
Huh?
excuse me, my language is Farsi, no Arabic.
Farsi, okay. Is there a
Yes,
Farsi
ma'am.
interpreter here? I knew I should have learned Farsi. Okay, so one second, Mr. Karimi.
Your Honor,
Yes,
looks like, is this Mr. Karimi Yosef?
yes.
It's a minor traffic violation. The state is gonna move to non-profit if that would save a lot
That
of
works
headache.
just fine for me. Mr. Karimi, the case is dismissed. One second.
Okay, thank you so much.
Oh, you got that. All right. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
And
Have a good day. Thank
I'm
you
gonna
so
learn
much.
some words. I'm gonna learn some words in Farsi.
And Your Honor, would you like for me to submit the Snow's null process?
I'm sorry.
Would you like for me to submit the null process to you?
Yes, ma'am, that's fine.
All right.
All right. So I think that's it. Ma'am, did you have anyone else on your list of clients today?
Are you speaking to me, Mr. Iran?
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry, Madam Interpreter.
No, except Tasfahun, I don't have anybody. I came for him, so.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. All right. So, Anthony Paul Bell.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I have a question. I'm done.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
You too. Anthony Paul Bell. If anyone sees Bell on video, because I'm looking in the courtroom, I don't see anybody responding.
No, Bell is not in the courtroom, Your Honor.
All right, last call for Anthony Paul Bell. Ladies and gentlemen, if you do not have your first and last name on the screen, if your name is not showing up, but your phone designation is, I don't care if you have an iPhone or a Samsung, it's not going to help me help you. I need to have your first and last name. So if you have Galaxy Note 8, iPhone, Samsung, any of those things on the computer screen, I need you to change it. If you don't know how to change it, then you need to speak to me and tell me who you are. Okay. All right. FTA for Bell, Anthony Paul. Kurt Darren George. Kurt George. Kurt Darren George. All right, last call for Kurt George. FTA. Eric
Yes, ma'am. I am here.
Okay,
Kurt George.
All right.
I've been saying Kurt George I've been saying yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am from the first time you called my name.
Okay, then there's something wrong with your video. Sir, is this your first time on Zoom?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, hold on.
Can you see me or?
I can hear you. I cannot see you. I did just change
Okay.
your name on the screen though.
Okay. Can you see me now?
Yes. All right,
Can you-
so
okay.
Kurt George,
Yes, ma'am.
is the state ready on George?
Officer Rollins is present. Yes, Your Honor, the state is ready.
All right, so Mr. George, you can go forward with a trial, or you can speak with the state and see if there's a possible plea in this case. Which do you wish to do, sir?
I'd like to speak with the state because I have a commercial driver's license. So,
Well, I don't know that they can help you because of that, but y'all might work something out that works for your commercial driver's license.
yes, ma'am, I appreciate that.
All right, so I'll put you in a breakout room with Solicitor Andrews in a few moments. Eric Gregory Harris. Eric Gregory Harris. Last call for Eric Gregory Harris. All right, FTA. Harris has 2 citations. Zhang Tao.
And he is in the courtroom with an interpreter.
Okay.
I did speak with him. Is Officer Regis Discord? The officer is present, so the state is ready. I think he mentioned he might want to continue to hire an attorney because he has a CDL.
All right. For the interpreter, what language is this, sir?
Your Honor, it's Mandarin.
Okay. All right. So, sir, let's see how good it is. Ni hao.
Ni hao.
So the case, my understanding, sir, is that you may have asked for a continuance to hire an attorney because you are a commercial driver. Is that correct?
Okay, yes, I would like to ask for continuance.
Okay, so the best thing to do, sir, would be to enter a plea of not guilty, which would put you on our arraignment calendar for state court. At that point, you would have plenty of time to research what might happen to your commercial license and also to hire an attorney if you choose to.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so did you wish to enter a plea of not guilty at this time?
Yes.
All right, so I will note that you will need a Mandarin interpreter. And at this time, sir, you're excused. You'll receive notice in the mail. Please make sure you hire an attorney as quickly as possible.
Okay.
All right, Shishi, thank you.
Okay.
All righty. All right, sir, is there anything that I need to do for you?
No, ma'am. May the interpreter be excused, Your Honor.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you, Your Honor. You have a good day, Your Honor.
You too.
Your Honor, Chisapa Balso has anything late, he just walked into the courtroom.
Deputy, I can't hear you. You're too far away from the mic. I hear you saying something, but I don't know what you're saying.
Balso, the first person on the 11 o'clock calendar, he just walked in the courtroom.
Okay. Well, his interpreter is gone. So it's
You gotta be a court-ordered interpreter.
It has its own. I'm professional.
He got somebody with him saying he can interpret for him.
well, that is not who we paid to be here. Let me bring him up with the person.
Yeah.
The court hired an attorney to be here with you, sir. Go ahead. Who's interpreting for?
Me.
Okay, well, tell him what I'm saying.
Court ራሱ የሚያዘጋጀው ኢንተርፕሬተር አለ።
That lady was here and spoke to us.
ሴትዮዋ እዚህ ነበረች እና ነጋገረችን።
When you did not answer, we released her.
አንተ ስላልመለስክልን ሰደድናት።
At this time, sir, we will need to reset the case because you were late.
ስለዘገየ እንትን ቀጠሮውን እናራዝመዋለን።
ቅድም መጥተን ነበር።
ኦኬ ንገረኝ።
ቅድም መጥተን ነበረ። እዚህ ደርሰን ነው የሄድነው። Yeah.
He says that we have been here and there was an officer. She told us to go to Doom.
Yeah.
And she told us that she won't be around at 11. So we went in the car. We were waiting until you contact us. We were in the Zoom. Still
Okay, well, when I called his name, nobody responded. I called his name and I had the interpreter call his name. Why didn't he say something if he was on Zoom? I had her ask for in court and on Zoom.
Judge, Your Honor, I was with him trying to interpret. There was no sound and we were puzzled. That's why we come here to make sure that because we don't know how to use
I didn't see your name on the Zoom or anything.
Yeah, we are still here. Look.
Well, let me see. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't see you.
Yeah, but that's we have logged in as per the advice.
My goodness.
Okay, whoever said my goodness, you need to concentrate on changing your name on the screen because you have iPhone and that's not going to help me.
Yeah, I mean, there is no.
All right, look, are you Galaxy Note 8?
Yes, his host has asked to start video. Yes.
Because I kept, okay, who's this?
That's him. That's his.
I kept trying to get you to say something. I spoke directly to you.
The point is, we could hear nothing.
Okay, sir, we're going to have to reset your case and reset the interpreter.
What language is this?
Amharic.
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 Yes. I wish I could translate for him because we discussed and he wants to plead nolo.
Okay, but no, we had an official court interpreter who speaks Amharic. We had her call for you. I was looking at Galaxy Note 8, which is what's on the screen, and I kept saying, hello. I had her say it several times. So we're going to have to continue and you'll have to come back.
Your Honor, I was seeing you were.
I get that, sir, but I saw you. I saw Galaxy Note 8, but if you can't hear me, then it's not effective. If you couldn't hear me, then you should have come into the courtroom earlier.
Yeah, but
Sir, which part of we had an interpreter here, you weren't here, we released her. Which part of that don't you understand? I'm not being difficult, but I have to have an interpreter. We had her. So we'll have to continue to get an interpreter again.
Okay, let me tell you.
All right.
እኔ እንትን ላስተረጉም አልችልም። የአማርኛ አስተርጓሚ እዚህ መጣ። እናንተ ደግሞ ሳናግራችሁ አልሰማችሁኝም።
አናግረን አይደለም ይሄን ነው።
አሁን እኔ ላስተረጉምልህ አልችልም። ኦፊሻሊ ፍርድ ቤቱ ኮርት የራሳቸው ኢንተርፕሪተር አላቸው። ስለዚህ ለሌላ ጊዜ ነው የሚቀጠረው። Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we'll send you notice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Y'all free to go.
Okay.
She'll send you a notice in the mail to come back to court.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, the next case on the calendar is William Gary Larkins.
Your
William,
Honor,
yes,
he's in the courtroom. That's gonna be a plea.
all right, thank you. Mr. Larkins, come on up for me.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, raise your right hand for me. Move over a little bit so I can see you. Move over to your, yeah, there you are. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can put your hand down. You're before the court, Mr. Larkins, on case 2023 TK 06378, William Gary Larkins for following too close. Miss Andrews, what is the Mr. Larkins, what did you all agree to?
Gonna be a $100 fine suspended.
Okay, for a guilty plea?
That's gonna be a NOLO.
Okay. By entering a plea of nolo, sir, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself or present any testimony or evidence against yourself. And if you're not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, factual basis, please.
Yes, Your Honor, on April 17, 2023, officers responded to a two-vehicle accident on Stagecoach Road and near Stagecoach Pass. And upon arriving to the scene and speaking with the individuals, the driver of vehicle 2 stated that she was rear-ended by the driver of vehicle 1, later identified as Mr. William Larkins. The officer cited Mr. Larkins with following too close.
Okay. All right, Mr. Larkins, you're entering a plea of nolo. By the fine is $100. That'll be suspended. And sir, you're free to go at this time. I just ask that you be safe. Okay.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you, sir. All right. Haraya Uda Lewis. Haraya Huda Lewis. Haraya Lewis.
Yes, ma'am, I'm here. Good
Okay.
morning.
Good morning. All right, Ms. Lewis, you're before the court for a stop or yield sign violation. Is the state ready on Lewis?
The state is ready, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Lewis, did you wish to speak with the state for a possible plea, or did you wish to go forward with a trial?
What does that mean?
Okay, you can speak with the state and see if there's a plea agreement that you all may reach. Otherwise, we'll go forward with the trial of the case.
Okay. I wanted to plead not guilty.
I can't hear you.
I wanted to plead not guilty. Is that something with the state?
Okay, so when you enter a plea of not guilty, that means you're going to have a trial. You did that at arraignment. So we're here ready for the trial.
Okay.
You already did entered the not guilty plea. This is the trial.
Okay.
Are you ready to go forward with the trial?
Yes, ma'am.
I can't hear you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. 1 second. All right. Trung Tae Quinn. Trung Tae Quinn.
Morning, John. My name is Jung Pham. I'm a Vietnamese interpreter.
Interpreter. Yes, yes, sir. Good to see you again. All right. I know I didn't say that properly. So if you will speak loudly and clearly into the microphone to see if that person is on video for me.
Cái anh Trung Nguyễn có mặt ở trong cái video này không? Trung Nguyễn. No response, Your Honor.
All right. And they're not in the courtroom. Okay. Thank you so much for that, sir. Is there anything I need to do for you?
No, ma'am. I'm fine.
Okay. I hope to see you again soon.
Thank you, sir. Ma'am.
All righty. All right. Next is Kenyon Jakeem Rumpf. Kenyon Jakeem Rumpf. Kenyon Rumpf. Last call for Kenyon Jakeem Rumpf. Failure to appear. Tamari Sante Thomas. Tamari Sante Thomas. Last call for Tamari Sante Thomas. Failure to appear. Travius LaRon Underwood.
Your Honor, the state's gonna submit a null process for that case.
All right, Mr. Underwood, on both offenses.
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Underwood, your case has been no pros, sir, and you're free to go at this time. Thank you, and please remain in compliance. All right, so the remaining case, the remaining case is Ms. Lewis. Ms. Lewis, are you ready for a trial? And Mr. George, what's going on with Mr. Kurt George?
I think Mr. Kirk George was wanted to state.
Yes, let me go ahead and let him speak with you first, and then we'll do the trial for Ms. Lewis. All right, Mr. George, I'm going to put you in a breakout room with Solicitor Andrews. Once you have the opportunity to speak with her about your case, then you all will call back, and then we'll determine whether we're going with a trial or a plea or some other form of disposition of the case. So I'm going to put you in breakout room number 1. Solicitor Andrews will
Yes,
be in
ma'am.
breakout room number 1. And if you touch your screen, go in, you can also touch your screen and it should help you come out of the room. All right.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Your Honor. Your Honor.
Solicitor Andrews, you ready?
Yes, Your Honor, I am ready. However, Mr. Kirk Hurt, excuse me, he wants to do some research, and then I guess we can have the trial first. And he wants to do some research and then speak with me once he does that research.
Mr. George,
Sorry, George.
that's okay. I just make these announcements that people don't listen to. I tell you before you come to court for your trial, make sure that you do your research about how it might affect your commercial driver's license, because by the time you get here, we're either going to go to trial or we're going to take a plea or we're going to do something, but y'all can't keep throwing it, back to, oh, well, I just need more time. No, you've had plenty of time since the arraignment. I don't even see him on the calendar anymore.
No, I don't need, I think I don't see him on the calendar.
Stuck in the breakout room?
I do believe so.
Bless his heart. I just told him how to. All right. Mr. George.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
So, Mr. George, I make this announcement at every traffic arraignment before you sign up not guilty, that if you have a commercial driver's license, you should have done your research before you come to trial. You had plenty of time since your arraignment to figure out what might happen to your commercial driver's license. Why are we just now going to do some research?
Miss,
This is your livelihood.
I understand that, Miss. I just had a lot.
You should have been doing the research from the time you got the ticket. Why would you wait?
I understand that, ma'am. I just had a lot of life situations going on.
Look, if you want to be able to pay for your life, you want to keep your CDL. If somebody said to me that there's a threat to your bar license, as soon as they say there's a threat, I'm looking it up. I'm trying to figure out what it is. I'm defending it. You gonna wait until the day of your trial to say you got to do research? And I tell people this.
I understand that, man, but you know what? It's no excuse to you for that. I can't even give an excuse. I'm not even.
It's not for me. It's for you.
No, I understand.
I'm not. I warn people is because I know this can affect your ability to drive and earn a living. But if I warn you and I give you plenty of time, what you wasting that time on? It's a phone call.
You're right. You're right, ma'am. You're right. I'm not even gonna.
I just don't understand, folks. Folk driving without a license when it takes $40 to go down to DMV and get a license, they're risking $500 and $700 fines with no license. I just don't understand why people don't make practical, real life decisions. We always risking something. All right, Mr. George, I'll come back to you after this trial, but by then I'm moving forward.
Okay, no problem.
All right, Miss Lewis, I need to see you and hear you, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true?
Yes.
All right, can you increase your volume a little bit for me?
Oh.
All right, that's better. All right, so Solicitor Andrews is representing the state. Miss Lewis, you're representing yourself. Is that correct on this bench trial?
Yes.
All right. So Ma'am, you have the right to remain silent and not give any evidence or testimony against yourself. No one can make you testify or offer evidence in this case, but you really don't have to because it is the state's burden to prove the case against you beyond a reasonable doubt. They will present their evidence. The court must consider that evidence in making a decision. Once they present testimony, any witnesses that they present, you are entitled to cross-examine them or ask questions of them. It doesn't have to be fancy. Just ask questions about what may have happened or what they have said so that you can get that information before the court. I do say, please don't make any statements or try to correct their statements. It is not that time. If you do want to testify later on in the trial, then I have some questions to ask you about giving up your Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination before you go forward. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Solicitor Andrews, who should call your first witness, please?
Yes, Your Honor, the state would like to call Officer Regis Discorbeth to the stand.
All right.
Officer Discorbeth?
Yes.
Raise your right hand for me, sir. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true?
Yes.
All right, you can put your hand down. You're before the court for testimony. You're the state's witness. Solicitor Andrews, your witness is ready.
Officer Discorbeth, could you state your name for me, please?
Officer Regis Discorbett,
Okay, and where are you employed?
Clayton County Police Department.
And how long have you been employed there?
Over 3 years.
And are you post-certified as a peace officer in the state of Georgia?
Yes.
And does that give you the powers to write citation and make arrest?
Yes.
And on March 19th, 2023, were you employed and certified on that date?
Yes.
And on that date, were you in your marked patrol vehicle and uniform?
Yes.
Okay, and what were your duties on that date?
I was patrolling on that day.
Okay, and on that date, did you make contact with the defendant?
Yes.
And what was your reason for making contact with the defendant?
But she ran the stop sign.
Okay, and do you recall the location that she ran the stop sign?
Yes, it was on Front Street and Bullercrest Street. Bullercrest.
Okay. And the stop sign that she ran, was it anything obstructing the view of the stop sign?
No.
And was anything obstructing your view from seeing her run the stop sign that day?
No.
Okay, and the individual, well, when you observed her run the stop sign, what did you do?
When I was there when the stop sign, I drove behind her to stop her.
Okay, and when could you identify the individual who you made contact with that day on the Zoom call here?
It's the lady in the green shirt with her hands on her face.
Okay, and let the record reflect that the officer has identified the defendant.
Record shall reflect that.
And I'll just rewind a little bit. And what's the location in county?
Yes.
And let the record reflect that venue has been established.
Record shall reflect that.
And once when at the stop sign, the defendant's vehicle come to a complete stop?
No.
Okay. And give me a second here. Do you have any doubt that the individual who you saw run the stop sign was the defendant or is the defendant? Are you sure that's who you saw run the stop sign?
I mean, I don't remember her face, but I remember the name.
Okay. And what did you cite her with?
Failed to stop at the stop sign.
Okay. And when you made contact with her, did she make any statements to you?
When I made contact with her, I believe she said she didn't she didn't recall that, or she wasn't sure that she ran the stop sign.
Okay. No further questions, Your Honor.
All right. Miss Lewis, did you have any questions for Officer Discorbeth? You have to unmute. Okay. I'm sorry.
I wouldn't say, when she asked, what did he recall me saying? He said he think I said what the statement that he made. What was it?
I can't hear what you're saying. Get closer to your microphone.
When she asked, what does he recall me saying? The statement he said and stuff like that.
That's worse.
I sound bad.
Uh-huh. We can't hear you very well. Now you're muted.
Yeah, I was just adjusting
Okay,
the
that's
mic.
better. That's much
I'm
better.
not doing anything. I think it may just be the microphone going in and out. I
Okay,
won't move.
try now.
When she asked him, what is it that I said? What was the entry into what he said? His statement, was it what he thought I said, or is it what he said I said?
Officer Discorbeth, can you tell us again what you believe she said at the time of the stop?
I believe she said that she wasn't sure if she ran the stop sign, but I can pull up my body cam video to get exactly what she said.
Okay. That's up to y'all. I don't care.
The state is not going to request it at this time.
All right, Ms. Lewis, did you have anything else at this time?
No, that's all.
All right. Did you have anything else for this witness? Solicitor Andrews?
Just one question. Officer Discorbeth, how often do you patrol that area?
I patrol that area at the time on a daily basis.
Oh, okay. And just to be clear, I don't think I was clear. So her vehicle did not come to a complete stop at the stop sign.
No.
Okay. No further questions, Your Honor.
All right. All right. Did the state have any additional witnesses to present?
The state does not, Your Honor.
Okay. At this time, Ms. Lewis, the state has rested their case. Did you wish to present any evidence or testimony at this time?
Yes.
I'm sorry?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Are you going to testify?
Yeah.
Okay. You understand that you have the right to remain silent, and by offering testimony, you give up that right to remain silent.
Yes.
All right. And you understand that nobody can threaten you in any way or promise you anything to get you to testify. Has anyone done that?
No.
All right. And are you freely and voluntarily waiving your right to remain silent in order to offer testimony?
If I was to waive my right, what happens if if I don't have any other witnesses on my side other than the children that were in my car?
Okay, so by waiving your right to remain silent, you give testimony, but you'll be cross-examined like any other witness. And also any testimony that you give can be used against you in the prosecution of this case or any other case.
I don't know. Yeah, I waive that right.
Okay, tell me what you, I've already sworn you in. Tell me what you believe happened on that day.
At my residence, I know he mentioned, or it was stated, that he's served in this area for 3 years. I've lived in my home for over 15 years, and I passed that same stop sign over 15 years, multiple times daily, at maximum, definitely on average, daily to and from. I never run through stop signs. I do not run through stop signs. And to make the statement that I did not stop is not true. So I would like to, is there any sort of cameras in the area? My children were in the car with me. Both of my young minor children were with me. I do not run stop signs.
All right, so prior to the hearing, you could have requested the body cam video. Did you make such a request, ma'am?
I did not, but on the body cam to my knowledge, that's only when he's with me. It wouldn't, I'm speaking of what would have witnessed my driving. I didn't know cameras stayed on officers while they were in their vehicles. I wasn't aware of that. I apologize.
I'm not sure when it would have begun recording, usually as it is after the stop has been initiated, but I'm not sure if anything would have captured your actual actions at that time. All right, did you have any other statement that you wish to make?
No. No, ma'am.
Did you see where Officer Discorbett was sitting when you passed him?
Yes.
Okay, and so you saw the officer before he got behind you?
Yes.
Okay. All right, did you have any questions, Ms. Andrews?
No questions, Your Honor.
All right, anything else, Ms. Lewis, any other witnesses?
I mean, my children, they're not here, they're in school.
All right, any argument from the state?
No argument from the state, Your Honor.
Okay, all right, so Ms. Lewis, I'm sorry. So I understand, Ms. Lewis, that you live a certain place and you pass the same stop sign repeatedly for years at a time, and I get that. But sometimes even in that posture, we can still, like roll through a stop sign or run a stop sign through inattention or our mind being diverted to something else. At this time, the court is going to find you guilty of the offense of stop or yield sign violation. And did the state have a recommendation for a fine or fees?
Yeah, sure. It's going to be a $100 fine.
All right, so Ms. Lewis, the fine is $100. It'll be $151.50 with the surcharges. I usually give 30 days for someone who's not at the courthouse, but I can give you up to 60 days. Is that sufficient?
That's fine.
All right. All right, so ma'am, the last thing I need is your email address. Do you know how to use the chat function? All right, if you will go to the chat function, click on the name in blue. When the pull down menu comes up, go to Amanda Wright, R-Y-T-E, and send her your email address. Then you will send your email, your information by email.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello?
I'm the Farsi interpreter, Mahin Agrahimi.
Oh, so his case was at 11 and the case was dismissed.
Okay, the case is dismissed.
Yes, ma'am. Did you get the information that it was at 11?
They told me to just join right now. They just asked me to, they sent me a ID number to join for this.
Okay, yeah.
They
His
said
case
it's going on right now, so I have to. They told me it is going on right now.
Yeah, no, we spoke to him earlier and the case was dismissed.
Okay. So would you please put my name down as I did log in when they asked me to.
I actually just noted it on the calendar.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Ms. Agrahimi.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
Have a great day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
All right, so Ms. Lewis, once you send your email address to Ms. Wright, you're free to go. Ms. Wright, have you received that?
Yes, ma'am, I have it.
All right, so Ms. Lewis, you're free to go. So Mr. Kurt George, have you made a
Yes,
decision
ma'am.
on your case?
Is there any way I can speak to the solicitor one more time, please? I just asked a question.
Sure. I'll put you back in the breakout room. Solicitor,
Thank you.
are there any witnesses you wish to go ahead and release before you go back into the breakout room?
Yes, Officer Discorbett, you may be released. Thank you for showing up and have a great day.
Oh, thank you.
All right, so I'll put Solicitor Andrews and Mr. George in breakout room number 2. You should see the invitation pop up. And we'll be right back.
Your Honor, the state is back. I do think Mr. George has a question for you.
All right, is he back out of the breakout room?
He was supposed to exit. I think he may be having trouble.
Hello?
All right, Mr. George, yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Andrew said you had a question for me.
Yes, I wanted to know, is it possible, can I get a continuance so I can get a lawyer? 'Cause
All right,
I
sir.
really don't need to be beat down with this.
I'm not beating you down. I gave you the
No,
opportunity.
no, I didn't know, ma'am. I didn't say, I never said you were beating me down. I mean, I said I'm talking about myself. I don't need to get beat down because of my trucking company. And I'm already being beat down with insurance. And this is something that they looking for to really just.
All right, sir. Did you want to issue a not guilty and go on the state court calendar for arraignment?
Yes, ma'am, not guilty, and try to get a court date and get a lawyer to
All
come
right,
up.
we'll send you your court date in the mail. Please have your attorney engage your attorney services well before the date of your court. You need to start now.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you all. All right, the next court calendar is at 1 p.m. We'll be back at that time. Thank you.
Thank you, Jenna.
It's the same sign on. If you're here for the 1 p.m. calendar, we'll be back at 1.
Your Honor, I'm just making sure I'm dismissed.
Officer Rollins is dismissed. I guess Miss
Yes,
Miss
Your Honor,
Andrews.
he was for the George case. He